Have you ever wondered why two people can earn the same amount of money, but end up in completely different financial realities? Why does one person retire early while the other works forever? Why does someone with a low income sometimes build wealth, while someone earning six figures stays broke? It's not luck. It's not intelligence. It's not education. It's psychology. Today, you're going to learn the hidden beliefs, mental habits, and emotional patterns that decide who becomes wealthy, who stays poor, and who remains trapped in the middle. This isn't just theory. We'll use real lessons inspired by Rich Dad, Poor Dad, one of the most influential personal finance books ever written, combined with powerful insights from the psychology of money. By the end of this 25-minute video, you'll understand why your money mindset was programmed before age 10, why high income does not equal wealth, the invisible rules wealthy people follow, how fear, pride, ego, and insecurity silently control your financial decisions, and how to break out of the poor mindset and build a wealthy one. Let's begin with the story that explains everything.
The two mindsets, rich dad versus poor dad. Robert Kiyosaki grew up with two father figures. His poor dad, educated, hard-working, and middle class. His rich dad, an entrepreneur with no college degree. Both men cared about him. Both wanted him to succeed. But they had opposite beliefs about money. And those beliefs shaped Robert's entire financial future. Poor dad believed, go to school, get good grades, and find a secure job. The rich are greedy. Buying a home is the best investment. I can't afford it. Rich dad believed, learn how money works. The rich aren't greedy, they're trained. A home is a liability unless it pays you. How can I afford it? The difference wasn't education, it wasn't intelligence. It was mindset. A poor mindset says, play it safe. Don't take risks. Money is scary. A rich mindset says, learn the game. Invest. Money is a tool. This is the foundation of the psychology of money. Your beliefs shape your financial destiny. Why money is emotional, not logical. People think they make financial decisions through logic. They don't. Every decision, saving, spending, investing, borrowing, is driven by fear, pride, social pressure, childhood experiences, how you were raised, what you think money represents. Think about this. Someone who grew up poor often fears losing money. Someone who grew up rich often fears losing status. Someone who watched their parents fight about bills fears debt. Someone who watched their parents succeed with real estate seeks property. Money is personal. Money is emotional. Money is psychological. And that's why two people can react differently to the same situation. One person sees an investment opportunity. Another sees danger. A third sees a scam. The difference is not the event. It's their emotional programming.
The school system mindset, trained to be poor. A key lesson from Rich Dad, Poor Dad is harsh but true. School doesn't teach you money. It teaches you how to work for someone who understands money. Schools teach memorization, compliance, following rules, not failing, not making mistakes, getting the right answers. But money requires taking calculated risks, creativity, problem-solving, understanding assets versus liabilities, learning from mistakes, failing forward. The psychology of school is don't get in trouble. The psychology of wealth is seek opportunity. That's why so many people graduate with degrees, yet remain financially stressed. They were taught how to work, but they were never taught how to make money work for them. Assets versus liabilities, the mental shift that creates wealth. Rich Dad taught Robert one simple principle that changed his entire life. The poor and middle class buy liabilities. The rich buy assets. It sounds simple, but psychologically it's revolutionary. An asset takes money out of your pocket. Car payments, your personal house, credit cards, luxury clothes, lifestyle spending. An asset puts money into your pocket. Rental property, a business, investments, stocks, online brands, skills that increase income. Most people don't know the difference, or worse, they confuse the two. They buy a house, call it an asset, and wonder why their money disappears. Why does this happen? Because buying liabilities feels good right now. Buying assets feels boring, slow, and invisible. Poor mindset. I want something that makes me feel wealthy. Rich mindset. I want something that makes me become wealthy. Income versus wealth. The truth most people never see. Here's a psychological trap. Most people think wealth is about income. It's not. Wealth is about habits, discipline, time, investment, understanding compound growth. You can earn $10,000 a month and stay broke if you think like Poor Dad. You can earn $2,000 a month and become wealthy if you think like Rich Dad. Why? Because wealth is a behavior, not a salary. The wealthy save first, spend later. The poor spend first, then think about saving. The wealthy invest automatically. The poor invest if there's money left over. The gap isn't money. The gap is mindset.
The psychology of fear and risk. Rich Dad taught Robert something powerful. Most people don't become wealthy because they are controlled by fear. Fear of losing money. Fear of being wrong. Fear of failure. Fear of looking foolish. Fear of judgment. What do these fears create? Paralysis. So instead of learning how money works, people avoid it. They avoid investing. They avoid risk. They choose security over growth. But wealthy people feel the same fear. They just respond differently. They study. They learn. They prepare. They take small steps. They take calculated risks. The wealthy mindset says, risk is part of the game. I'll learn to manage it. The status trap. Why people stay broke. One of the biggest psychological traps is trying to look rich instead of becoming rich. Poor Dad's mindset says, if I earn more, I should upgrade my lifestyle. Rich Dad's mindset says, if I earn more, I should upgrade my assets. That's why you see new cars, big houses, luxury phones, designer clothes, but very little savings, and even fewer investments. People buy these things to display success, but wealthy people buy assets so they never have to pretend. As Morgan Housel said, wealth is what you don't see. The secret of compounding. The wealthy think long-term. One thing the rich understand deeply is time. Poor and middle-class people think monthly. The rich think decades. This is why Rich Dad told Robert at age 9, invest early. Even small amounts grow. The psychology behind compounding is patience. Most people want fast results. Wealthy people want long-term growth. This mindset alone separates financial winners from financial losers. How to build a Rich Dad mindset. Actionable steps. 1. Start thinking in assets, not income. Always ask, does this put money into my pocket? 2. Learn about money constantly. Rich people read, study, and ask questions. Money is a skill, not a talent. 3. Pay yourself first. Automatically send money to savings or investing before spending. 4. Embrace failure. Mistakes are part of the journey. Poor Dad feared failure. Rich Dad encouraged it. 5. Invest early and consistently. Slow, boring, consistent investing beats high-risk gambling. 6. Control your emotions around money. Fear, ego, and impatience destroy wealth. Conclusion. Powerful ending. Money isn't just numbers. Money isn't just math. Money isn't just information. Money is psychology. Money is mindset. Money is believing, learning, and deciding to grow. The rich aren't special. They're not luckier. They're not smarter. They just think differently. If you learn to master your emotions, if you learn to understand money, if you learn to invest in yourself and in assets, you will build wealth, slowly, steadily, and powerfully. Like Rich Dad said, the rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. And now, you know how to do the same.